Hey guys, it's Skybert here, and this is like my 10th attempt at making this video. I've just run into all kinds of issues with my lighting, with my autofocus just kind of crapping out, and now my phone apparently saying that the storage is full when I've just opened up all of the storage on my phone. So anyway, this is actually a mask that I created earlier this morning. This is from me just kind of experimenting with dyes and stuff. So it is a Metru Blue Huna, and I wanted to go ahead and show you guys and just kind of talk about the process. So this mask here was actually initially destined for the bin, so to speak. It was one that I had experimented on with other dyes in the past, and it actually reacted with one of the dyes. I think this one I actually did with a black dye initially, and it didn't really pick up the color so much, but the color itself had actually kind of seeped in and gave it this really ugly brownish dirty look, and it was splotchy and all kinds of stuff, and then the surface of it also got marred, and it gave it this interesting, albeit, kind of cracked porcelain look. So it was a really cool look, but not on a very good color at the time. So this is actually the second mask that I did this to, and I should go ahead and mention that the masks that I used in the making of these were all Metru Blue Hunas that I bought several years ago in bulk for a few pennies. I don't try to do this to rare masks, but only to really set masks, just for the sake of rare masks typically are more expensive. So nothing from mask packs or anything like that. But if it's from like a Tahu set or a Maku set or something like that, then it's usually fair game. With that out of the way, of course, I did go ahead, as I mentioned, try to dye this mask initially. This is also one destined for the bin that I had originally dyed with red dye to try to make purple, but it came out way too dark. So I ended up removing a lot of the color with some rubbing alcohol and a different process that I ended up doing. Yeah, so I ended up trying to dye it today, and it came out super saturated blue. It's like a royal blue color. It's already about as dark as Metru Blue, but it's way more saturated. So there was no real way that I was going to get this to match the Metru Blue with the dye that I was using today. So I opted to put that one aside, try the mask that was arguably in worse condition that I had also prepared for this, and it actually came out pretty much perfect, and I am blown away by it. So for one thing, the color that I kind of mentioned before, or rather the texture that I kind of mentioned before, that porcelain-like effect, it's not really something I don't think I'm going to be able to show you on camera. You can kind of see the way the light's bouncing off it on the temple area here. Let me try and get that again. And you can kind of see how it bounces off of that crackle effect. It's a really neat effect, and you only really see it when you're looking at it close up. But now the mask isn't blotchy anymore, it's a solid color, so it looks very, very good and by far passable for this, for, my purposes. But anyway, the actual color itself, the color matching is excellent. It's definitely within LEGO's tolerance itself, as, Metru Blue is a color that they're a little more inconsistent with. But aside from that, again, as I mentioned, it was one that I really wasn't doing anything with. It's been sitting around for well over a year now since I last attempted to dye it. And so yeah, it was just kind of something I was like, well, there's no losing here. I didn't expect it to match, but it did. So very happy with the end result. That's basically it for this video. Of course, I will try and make a video in the near future talking about how I kind of go about this process, as it is a little bit involved. And of course, every mask reacts differently, every dye reacts differently. There's just so many variables that I can't even account for. It's not the most consistent means of making a mask in your color, but where it works, it shines. So anyway, that's basically it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, if you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course subscribe, because it helps the channel out a lot. You can also share this video around to your friends, because hey, widen the audience, why not? Lastly, I will go ahead and leave a link to my Instagram and Discord in the description below, so if you need to get a hold of me for any reason, you can do so there, or leave a comment on the video, and I will make sure to get back to you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.